It's a great pleasure to be here tonight to discuss something very important for the fire service, something all of you have been aware of for the last several years. And I want to give you a little bit of a background what we're doing here in this period of the fire service with the fire levy. So our challenge in the fire department is essentially to provide the staffing that meets the need of the community. And primarily the fire department is a part-time organization. We have more part-time people than we do full-time people. And just to kind of illustrate that, in 2016 we had a total of about 45 part-time people and roughly around 6 full-time, not counting myself, would have been 7. As you can see, each year till 2019, that part-time role has been diminished almost over in half of the amount of people that we used to have. In 2019, as you know, we did take 2 people that were in a hybrid position and moved them into a full-time position, so that bolstered our staffing up to 8. So today, in 2020, this is the complement of people. And as you can see, that gentleman there, that cartoon, he's kind of a jack of all trades. We have to do a lot more than what we used to do with the complement of people. And we still have mostly a part-time fire department. So how did we get here tonight, and why the reason we're here tonight to talk about a fire levy? There's been this push for full-time positions throughout the region. As a matter of fact, it just seems like it's a never-ending cycle here. We thought that it would kind of calm down, but it seems that there's a flood of departments in the area that are hiring full-time firefighters, and that's been kind of a strain on our folks, because each time that we hire some part-time people, they get trained, they move on to a full-time position. Don't blame them, but that's kind of a way for them to get their experience and then move on, which is a great thing. However, there is a cost to pay, and you saw the number of people that we end up having after 2019. The cost of certifications has gone up, and the time that it takes to become a firefighter and EMT has gone up immensely over the last 10 or 15 years. There seems to be a less public interest in becoming a firefighter. There's statistics out there with some of the training classes in Sinclair, Butler Tech, and other ones that their classes have been cut, and that less people are interested in that. And overall, there's just been a decline in the amount of part-time candidates. So the mantra, doing more with less, we're all in that in the city of West Carrollton. We understand that. With that mantra, with doing more with less, there's a thing called brownouts. And this is something that's been happening over the past couple years. Something that we don't like to have happen in the community. We want to make sure that we reduce that number of brownouts. And as you go down those icons there, if anybody doesn't know what a brownout means, it's really just a temporary shutdown of a station or a piece of equipment because we don't have enough people to staff that either fire engine, medic, or that station. And with that being said, we have to rely upon either the other fire station or mutual aid for those calls that are needed. And with that, the result is times that it takes for somebody to get to your emergency, whether it's a medical emergency or fire emergency, could double. And with that, the average time that we've had brownouts over the last few years is about 1,635 hours. So that's a lot of time that some piece of equipment or a fire station is not staffed. So the idea behind tonight and this program that we're launching here for the fire levy is to try to reduce that number significantly. In 2018, the fire department developed a community-centered strategic plan, and one of those goals, one of the top 3 goals is to find funding to support the fire department operations that meets the need of the community. So that's where we're at tonight. You know, what is that going to look like? Well, with many meetings with you and the council and city manager, we've decided that the only real way to kind of complement our staffing is to look for the citizens to provide us resources. And so we're asking the citizens a 3.9 mil property tax, renewable every 5 years. That'll generate, as you can see, $672,000 a year. It's $11.10 a month. Roughly, it's about $136 a year. So that's what we're looking for. If you have a homestead exemption, obviously you're going to pay a little bit less. So if the fire levy passes, what does that mean to the average citizen here in West Carrollton? We're going to hire 4 full-time staff in 2021, and we did hire the 2 full-time people last year. That will help retain that position and also provide a competitive wage for our part-time staff. And a bonus with that is to find some education assistance to our part-time staff so that we can set ourselves apart from other communities that have part-time people. We want to attract those folks to our department. The other thing is that the brownouts will be significantly reduced with that levy. If the levy doesn't pass, the brownouts will probably continue for the foreseeable future. To be kind of status quo. Nothing's really going to change response times, and then again, relying upon part-time personnel, recruiting, retention will still be an issue. So with that being said, I just want to let everybody know, and what to remember today is that the average homeowner is going to pay $11.10 a month, roughly $136 a year, which is what the levy will generate. It will hire 4 full-time personnel, and the idea is that we want them ready by 2021 when the funding becomes available. It also will strengthen our part-time program. We're still going to have a complement of part-time people. We're not completely moving to a full-time department. We're just trying to strengthen that balance between both full-time and part-time. And then lastly, we want you to vote on March the 17th, which some people might think that the primary or the election is in May, but it is on March the 17th. And then we also have information on the web page, the Facebook page, both the city and the fire department web page.